I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get myself together. I might lisp a little bit in today's video. It's because I have retainers in. So if I say weird words or words weirdly, please know I'm saying it wrong, but I can't help it. I lisp. It's a lisp. It's a hard place to be, whether I want braces or a lisp and very shiny teeth. You're going to hear a lot of S's and some possible spitting. I know, and I apologize. But it should make for a fun time. It is the last week of October, first week of November, which means we are finished now with the Amigurumi School of Magic Year 5 Cal. I've done all the pieces. I've done all the things so I can finish the weird story for you. Some of you are like, the story's getting a little weird for me, and I agree. And probably most of it is because of my own telling of the story. I think I make it a little bit weirder than it actually is. And I apologize for that, but you're finally going to be finished with it. I'm not going to do it to you anymore. This will be the end. For those of you who have enjoyed this story, bless you, dear souls. I know you are putting up with a lot for that. We are in the home stretch. So first, let's get our story out of the way. Now, amazingly, I am not waking up on this day. I am already awake. I am still in the cave, and I am going through the cave, and it is the eve of the hunter's moon. What that is, I don't know, but it's the eve of it. Evidently they hunt during a moon or something. I get through the cave. It opens up into this beautiful hollow, I believe is what they call this, and it's got botanicals. I like that word. Botanicals. It has the ferns. It has all these things I've been making along the way. Even the brambles, which I found out for you Americans, it's like a blackberry bush, but they call it brambles because they're a little fancier over in the UK. But here it's a blackberry bush, and it's surrounded by chiggers, which are bugs that just bite the crap out of you while you're picking the blackberries. I don't know if the brambles have the chiggers, but our blackberry bushes have chiggers. Anyways, we're going through everything on the hunter's moon. It's just magical and glistening, and I really want to eat some of those berries, but I don't. They are tempting, but I don't, because again, we are in a magical forest. Those could be some more psychedelic things that's going to make this whole thing weirder than it is. But while I'm there, I don't know whether I found it, it was given to me, or the hunter's moon shined down, and then there glistening was this. I thought originally it was a fortune cookie on a stick. That is not what it is. This is a moon wand. Now, you can see it now, can't you, now that I told you that? It's not a fortune cookie. This is a moon wand, and it's got this beautiful vine wrapped around this wand. It was supposed to have flowers, but I made an executive decision to not do those. You already know why. It's because I don't want to. Enough said. I didn't want to do flowers. And it's just a vine on the magical moon wand. I don't know what this wand does. I don't know. But we have this. Now, I'm going through, and that bucket bag thing we've been working on all this time, it really was gonna be something. It is a magical well. So there's the constellation down in the bottom, which I would have put on the wrong side if I'd have done it. So I'm really glad I didn't waste my time doing that. But it glistens in the water, because if you'll remember, there was blue around the bottom, and then it went brown and light brown and brown and light brown all the way up and striped, because that was the water in this tree stump. It is light as day outside, but the stars are glistening in the bottom of the well. It actually has this written in the story. I wonder, I can't even say it with a straight face. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get myself together. I can't. And I'm by myself and I'm laughing like an idiot. Okay. I can't even say it. I wonder what would happen if I dipped my wand I wonder what would happen if I dipped my wand in the well. and it's only funny because I think like a 12-year-old. That is why, and if you know the branches story from last week, it all makes sense why I'm laughing. So I dipped the wand in the well, and then it says, "My wand still hums with creative energy from the well." I'm sure it is humming. I'm so sorry. I'm trying so hard to not laugh. I hope I don't snort. And then it says, "All of us feel so recharged and we are ready to attempt some of the most advanced spell work now." I really bet we are with our fortune cookie magical moon wand, because we are lucky now that we have dipped it in the well. Oh, so wrong. And as soon as we get back, we have to tell the Witches' Council about this magical well that I have found that I've dipped my wand into. We'll have to tell them all about it, and I hope they can keep a straight face, unlike myself. They're probably a lot more mature than me. As I've been going along in the hollow to find the well, I stumble upon what is actually my favorite thing that I've made so far in this whole process, and that is this guy. It is a snail, and they have named him a curious snail. And he reminds me so much of the snail, the racing snail from the Never-Ending Story, which I looked up his name because he actually has a name. I don't think they ever say it in the story, but it is a name I don't think I can pronounce. And it is called Beetlejuice. Begoulus. Beetlejuice. I don't know, that's a really weird name. But Beetlejuice was that snail, but that's not the name of my snail. My snail's name is Squinting Sal because I didn't put regular safety eyes because it didn't call for those. It said to do something else, like put a bead on there, but I didn't have a bead that was the right size, but I had these little tiny glass beads, so I put those on and it makes it look like he's squinting. It's so hard for him to see, so he has acquired the nickname Squinting Sal. But look at his little shell. I embroidered these little lines across his snail shell. I just think this is so cute. And he's got his little feeler legs here, and in the pattern you're supposed to crochet this onto him, but I was starting to say really ugly words trying to fit my hook into these stitches, so I just made a separate piece and then sewed it on because ain't nobody got no time for that, what I was going through, so I just made a separate piece and sewed it on. This was the answer to the frustration. Somehow my rounds got off, and so his little feeler things here are not in the right place, but you know, he's squinty. He probably doesn't notice, so we're just going to act like we don't see it either. But he is so cute. He's really my favorite. I love snails. As you can probably see, Cosmo is back there from Peek-a-Pow. I don't know. They're slow, and I like that. I'm sorry they destroy gardens and stuff, but they're just so cute, and they carry their house with them. I just love that. As I'm going along, I saw these berries and I crocheted them. There was a set of blueberries and a set of lavender berries. They are just adorable. Now let's go through what became of the bucket bag bowl tree stump. And it's actually really cool. I thought this was such a neat thing to do. It is a yarn bowl. We took all those things and we sewed them. I sewed them on to various places here. You could pick out however you wanted to do it. These are the berries that I made from this last week. There's the blue ones, here's the lavender, here's some of the leaves from the first week. Here's the vine that was covering the cave. Here are mushrooms. These are the ferns. It's just, it ended up so cute. And now you're gonna say, well, where are the branches? And I was wrong. I thought they were gonna be sticking out. This is also gonna be bad. Let me prep myself. So instead of them sticking out and being a nice branch, I inverted them and I stuck them in the holes that I had created previously when I made the bucket bag stump. And so they're here, but they're in the hole. So they're kind of branches, but they're kind of not. They've already gone in a hole, but they're here. So you can put your balls of yarn in here. See, let me get. So I can put my ball of yarn in here. I can take my crochet hooks and I can stick them in here in my branch holes. And I can then take my needles, and these are pin cushions. Is that not the cutest thing? It's so cute. I love it. And see, I can see you put your scissors in here, or here. I'll put my scissors in that one. And then you have this cute little yarn ball. Isn't that cute? I was impressed. I was very excited. I thought this turned out so cute. I even got a certificate. There's a certificate that you get when you finish that you can print out. I don't know who I would show my certificate to or who would care. But I'm going to tell y'all, I now have a certificate of completion. And, you know, I feel kind of special that I actually completed it. But that's not all. There was one more thing to make. There was a bonus pattern. And that bonus pattern is this thing called a cheeky mouse messenger. And this guy, I don't know why, his wings won't stay out. And yeah, it's a mouse with wings. Guys, we're in an enchanted forest. Of course, it is a mouse with wings. Now, they put whiskers on their guy, and I did put whiskers on, but he ended up looking like Groucho Marx, and I decided that was a no. It was too much. He was too heavy-faced. So I removed the whiskers. He just has a nose and a mouth and blushy cheeks. I thought that looked much better than a Groucho mustache whiskers. His little wings back here, he has a curly little tail though. Most mice don't have curly tails, but he does, and his arm is permanently waving. I've tried to stick it down. He's just a waver. See? Hey! He's just constantly waving to you, so he's very friendly. And that was the last piece of the whole thing. We are finally done sticking our wand in places and such. I finally got around to making some pieces for my fellow YouTube creators that I'd been wanting to make, and I was able to get that done, and I think I've done them both very poorly, and it is my own fault, not their pattern writing. It's me. I know that, and I apologize in advance. I wanted to show these before the end of October, which now I know it's November, but we're still in the same week as Halloween, so I figured this was still okay. The first one is this little spider, and this is from Joe's Web, and I will put a link to her channel down below, and she has this pattern as a free tutorial on her channel. She also has a pattern in her Etsy shop. I will put a link to that in my description. But isn't it cute? I did it wrong too. Poor thing. The legs were kind of hard. Everybody who I've seen has made one. The legs are tricky because this is a foundation chain, and then you have to go back up on the chain, and then you reverse your hook at one point. So every leg is kind of pointing a different direction. And these two front legs, they kind of look like I think he's like bodybuilding or something. I don't know. There wasn't supposed to be this big of a space in the front. I think this is actually his butt. This is the front, but the legs were too close together. So I thought this doesn't look right either. So I put his face on his butt. And I know that's not right, but that's what ended up happening. He's fine. His name is Beetlejuice. His colors are perfect for that, and I enjoyed making him. It is a fun pattern, and I definitely suggest watching her video tutorial to help you with the legs if those get confusing, because they are a little tricky. Mine are special. I think he's been in some, maybe shutting some doors or something, and some of these have been crushed. Poor guy. But thankfully he has 8 legs, so it's okay if he loses a couple here and there. Now the next one I made is from my friend Cassandra at Craftably Ever After. She has a tutorial on her channel, and she also has a great free PDF on her blog, and I'll put a link to those down below. And my bear is nothing like what she created. And I want to tell you my thought process here. I have been itching to work with my chunky yarn. I don't know why. I think I just needed a break from all these little tiny pieces. So I was like, I'm going to do the whole thing in my Parfait Chunky. But in her pattern, only the pumpkin is in chunky yarn. The body is in a DK weight. But I thought, I'm gonna be fine. I can work this out. So I made a few less rows because I knew the head was gonna be ginormous if I stuck to the numbers that were for the DK yarn. So I did that. And his head was still massive. So I thought, I've got to balance this out a little bit. So then I made him some legs, and I made the legs from one of my other crochet patterns that I had. Then I gave him a tail, and then I put a pumpkin on his ear because I thought, this is all going to make this look better. I don't know if it really did that. All of this was to cover up other problems. Everything I did was to cover up something else I had done wrong, or I thought I could do on my own. Obviously I can't, but I tried. And here he is. He's not horrible. He's not horrible, but there is something with this nose. I don't know what it is, if it's crooked or, I mean, something's up here. I don't know what is wrong with his face, but something is wrong with my bear's face. I don't know whether this nose needed to be down further. I did put extra rounds on one of these ears. Which one, I don't know, but the pumpkin hides that. You'll never know. I was talking. I don't think you need to know anything else. That's all you need to know. And he's got a little tail, and he's got these cute little legs, and he's cutish, but something is wrong with this bear's face. But otherwise, he's okay, I think. Thank you, Cassandra and Joe, for wonderful patterns. This guy's name is Berry Potter. You get it? Because it's a bear and a pumpkin pot. It's Berry Potter. I thought that was cute. I looked that up on the internet, by the way. That was nothing original, but I thought it suited him, Berry Potter. I think that is all. I am wishing you all a very happy November. I have a lot of things planned. We are going to be having a giveaway soon. We are almost to the 1,000 mark. I might be away at my stepdaughter's wedding, but I will try to make a post that I know we have hit that number and that I am going to be having a giveaway, and I have some fun things to show you, but I'm not going to show you till I have everything. I don't have everything yet, but it's almost here. It's almost here. So I have some neat things. Thank you again for joining me here on the Rumi Mill. Bye.